Hello all, welcome back to Current Affairs series. I'm Guna Mathivanan from Officers IAS Academy. In today's video, we are going to discuss about Dutch disease. Imagine suddenly we discovered huge amount of oil reserves in India. Some geological survey was going on and all of a sudden we were able to find huge amount of crude oil in India. World's largest oil reserve is going to be in India. That much oil reserve we found in India. Imagine. What will be the consequence? So we will think huge oil reserve. There is huge demand for oil all over the world. So we will export large amount of oil. When we export large amount of crude oil, then we will become one of the richest country in the world. Who knows? We would be the biggest, richest country in the world, right? Our GDP will increase. Our per capita income will increase, right? So all our economic sectors will flourish. Poverty will decrease. India will become the most developed country. This is our assumption. All these things need not happen, right? Why it need not happen? We might face Dutch disease. In that situation, we might face Dutch disease. What is that, sir? I will give you a line of thought. Just imagine. Suddenly, we were able to find huge amount of crude oil reserve. So we are exporting all the crude oil. So when we export all those crude oil, when suddenly our exports are increasing, then what will be the consequence? When exports are increasing, the rupee will appreciate. Our exchange rate increases. We will see an appreciation in the exchange rate, right? So this appreciation will make my exports costlier as well as imports cheaper. This is basic economics, we all know. Suddenly when our exports increases, my rupee will appreciate. When rupee appreciates, my exports will become costlier and my imports will become cheaper, right? Since oil is going to have a constant demand despite of its increase in the price, despite of its increased price, our oil exports will increase, no doubt. But what about other exports? All other sectors, all other products will become less competitive. Oil is going to keep increasing. Our exports of oil is going to keep increasing, no doubt. But other exports will be affected. My steel exports will be affected. My food exports will be affected. Other sectors will be affected because exports will become costlier. We will lose that comparative advantage because all our exports becomes costlier. So other sectors will be affected. Also, when imports becomes cheaper, so people in the country, they might consider imported products because it is cheaper. So instead of buying Indian goods, we might end up buying imported items because it becomes cheaper. So yes, oil sector will flourish, no doubt. Petroleum companies will flourish, no doubt. But what about other sectors? There will be an uneven growth. Certain sectors will grow, certain sectors will die, will perish. This uneven growth is not good for the economy. It will affect the economy. It can even collapse the economy. This situation is called as Dutch disease, right? This term Dutch disease was coined in 1970s. So in 1960s, what happened? The Netherlands, there was discovery of natural gas. So that discovery led to huge exports of natural gas, but as I explained, the other sectors were getting affected. Netherlands currency was appreciating, that was affecting the other sectors, so the Dutch economy was getting affected. So in 1970, in an Economist magazine, right? Economist is a magazine. In that magazine, this term was coined, Dutch disease. But however, this term is also being used in economics in general. For example, forget about finding oil reserves in India. Just imagine if our NRE deposits increases, our remittances increases. Let's say Indians are working all over the world and they send large amount of remittances. That remittances increases. That increased remittance will also make our rupee to appreciate. Such a sudden appreciation, listen, such sudden appreciation of our rupee can also lead to Dutch disease in India. It need not be because of oil. As I said, India is the world's largest remittances receiving country. Sudden rise in remittances, sudden rise in FDI in one particular sector, all these can rise the rupee to appreciate. So sudden appreciation of rupee is not good for our economy. That can even lead us to Dutch disease. Alright, I hope you got some clarity. These terminologies are being widely used in newspapers, so we should have awareness about these terms. So I have given the information regarding Dutch disease here. So when a country witnesses uneven growth across the sectors, largely due to discovery of some natural resources, so that will lead to increased exports. Currency will appreciate. Once the currency appreciates, then that will discourage the exports from other sectors. Oil export increases, other exports will be affected. Right? So Netherlands faced such scenario, hence got the name Dutch disease, which every country will face. India also used to face suddenly when rupee appreciates because of reasons like Indian scenario when the remittances increases. Right, when the FDI in certain sectors increases suddenly, then the rupee will appreciate. Then RBI will intervene. RBI will intervene and RBI will try to maintain stability in the exchange rate. RBI will try to maintain stability in the exchange rate by using various tools. Let's not go into that part. Okay, so the sudden appreciation is not good. That is what we have to keep it in mind. I hope you got some clarity on this topic. So what we should know from this Dutch disease? See, we are preparing so many subjects for our exam. So if you are going to focus only on one subject, let's say you are going to master current affairs and if you are going to leave other topics, you are going to master economics and you are going to leave other topics, then you will also suffer because of Dutch disease. Right? So a country should ensure growth in various sectors. Okay, so there should be an inclusive growth, like that when we prepare, there should be inclusive preparation. Focusing only on one subject will lead us to Dutch disease. Okay, so keep that in mind. So I will see you tomorrow. Till then, bye. Take care.